So without further ado, allow me to welcome on stage the owner and founder of Keselowski Advanced Manufacturing, Mr. Brad Keselowski.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you. Well, first off, good afternoon, and welcome to the official unveiling of Keselowski Advanced Manufacturing, otherwise known, as you can see on the stage, as KAM. So the first thing you're probably wondering is, what is KAM? And in the simplest terms, KAM is a hybrid manufacturing company that does two types of manufacturing for industrial clients, additive and subtractive. But big picture, KAM is much, much more than that. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to outline my vision for KAM. I'm going to tell you why KAM is at the forefront of a fourth industrial revolution. I'm going to detail how KAM represents the factory of the future. I'm going to explain why a race car driver, in my mind, is perfectly positioned to lead this company. And finally, I'm going to dive deeper into KAM and show you what's going to make KAM a very special company. So let's start with the fourth industrial revolution, because that kind of sounds like a pretty big deal, right? Well, that's because it is. Each of the first three industrial revolutions transformed the world. In the late 1700s, the first industrial revolution brought the first steam-driven heavy machinery, like trains. The second, in the 1900s, brought electricity, mass production, and assembly lines. I like to think of Henry Ford and big, big factories. Of course, I'm sponsored by Ford, so that helps. The third, which occurred most recently, brought computer-controlled machines. So what does this mean? Well, I'm going to reference a little friend of mine, Klaus Schwab, who put it this way. When compared with previous industrial revolutions, the fourth is disrupting almost every industry in every country. And depth of these changes herald the transformation of entire systems of production, management, and governance. It's pretty big. The possibilities of billions of people connected by mobile devices with unprecedented processing power, storage capacity, and access to knowledge are unlimited. And these possibilities will be multiplied by emerging technology breakthroughs in the fields such as artificial intelligence, robotics, the Internet of Things, autonomous vehicles, 3D printing, nanotechnology, biotechnology, material science, energy storage, and quantum computing. That's quite the mouthful. It's a lot of different fields, right? So like I said, the fourth industrial revolution is going to be big. And KAM, as the factory of the future, is going to be a model of what the fourth industrial revolution is in practice. So you're probably wondering next, well, what makes a factory of the future a factory of the future? So once again, I'm going to reference someone I'm a fan of, Larry Korac of Infor, who writes, "The factory of the future is the product of fast-changing disruptive technologies hitting manufacturing like a cyclone. It uses tools like computer-assisted design or CAD systems, heavy automation and robotics, big data for equipment, supply chain, and customer prediction modeling, cloud computing, 3D printing, and the Internet of Things, all to maximize communication and efficiencies across all channels of business management." I can tell you that all of these tools are planned to be used in the facility you stand in today. Having a future factory means you can build the world of the future, and that's already happening using 3D printing technology. For example, General Electric created a fuel nozzle for planes that reduced the number of parts from 20, all of which had to be separately welded or brazed together to one. That's pretty amazing to me. So for one, it was so much more efficient, and the design led to less fuel burn, less aviation emissions, improved reliability, and cheaper operating costs, all of which get handed down to the world's traveling populations. That's the advantages we're talking of. Another example is a doctor in Italy who developed the 3D printed hip cup. So it's an implant that uses CAD and other advanced features to tailor specifically to a patient's body. So the results are implants that fuse with a patient's bones more effectively than ever before. And cloud computing and big data help to enable the simulation of the implant build, a deeper understanding of how it physically interfaces with the patient, and the ability to build it anywhere in the world with just one click of a mouse. These are two incredible case studies that showcase the positive impact of the future factory on not just big businesses, but more importantly, the human experience. But what's particularly great about them is that they're only the beginning of what's possible with this technology in the hands of the right people. And I believe I'm one of those people. And that being a race car driver has perfectly positioned me to lead an advanced manufacturing company. And you might ask, well, why is that? It's because years in motorsports have taught me several important lessons in the harshest of environments. Environments where the quarterly report comes every weekend. And the failure to perform could mean not only your job, but possibly your life. So to succeed in today's racing environment is as much about leadership as it is talent. And my current race team, I can tell you, has over 500 employees. And they all rely on me when the green flag drops. But it doesn't end when the race is over and the checker flag waves. Being a successful race car driver at the highest level requires a constant and distinct ability to lead a team tasked with conquering ever-evolving rules, daunting new technical challenges, and emerging technologies in a data-driven manner, all at the quickest speed possible, before your competition. Because those who can't do that certainly won't win, and they most definitely won't last long. So being a winning race car driver requires, in my mind, being at the top of the fastest and most rigorous feedback loop in the world. And for years, I've been amazed by the team of hardworking men and women I've been surrounded by in motorsports. From the engineering side through the production teams, time after time, I've seen the top race teams tackle massive challenges with speed, precision, and reliability. And I've often wondered along the way, what if this was available outside of motorsports? What could these technologies, what could these talents achieve? That's how the vision of KAM was born. With that said, let's talk about what's going to make KAM unique. First off, KAM is going to specialize in advanced additive and subtractive manufacturing solutions. That's a lot, but bear with me here. Service companies on other continents do that. But in North America, no one is going to be able to offer hybrid manufacturings on the scale we plan to offer. A quick aside for those of you who may not know additive manufacturing versus subtractive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing is where you take a powder, in our case, made out of metal, and use a laser or another process to print and bond it into a part. It's a form of advanced 3D printing. Subtractive manufacturing, on the other hand, is where you take a block of something, like steel, and whittle it down into a part. There was a time where these two technologies in manufacturing were seen as rivals, not too long ago. Some people still see that way, see these two technologies that way. Not at KAM. At KAM, we see them as vital technologies that are, in effect, brothers in arms. That's why we're embracing both the term hybrid manufacturing and the resources for the vision to achieve it. Throughout our factory, you'll see additive and subtractive technologies coexisting in complementary fashion, allowing us to optimize speed, pricing, quality, sustainability, and design. We want to have a diverse set of manufacturing capabilities so that our engineering team can use the optimal technology for every project. Along those lines, another of our defining traits is vertical integration. So what does vertical integration mean? It means that we'll be one of the few factories in the world that can take additive manufactured parts from start all the way to the finish in large serial production. Engineering, design, manufacturing, integrate post-processing, and finished product quality certification. We're going to do it all right here in this building. It's one of my key takeaways from motorsports. Because every day that an idea or a part is in someone else's hands is a day lost to your competition and to the marketplace. Vertical integration quite simply allows us to fail fast, learn fast, fix things fast, and stay at the forefront of the fourth industrial revolution. Ensuring that the quality of work we produce is world-class is always going to be our top priority here at KAM. I can tell you on the racetrack, all redundant systems are removed, and a single point failure can be enough to take down an entire racing operation. Low quality is simply not an option for us. That same culture goes for here at KAM. which is why we're installing some of the most rigorous quality management systems and certifications in the world, including ISO 9001 and AS 9100D, along with others to come. We also have rigorous non-destructing testing procedures, or NDT as some might know it, and capabilities including blue light inspection that can measure a part down to 1/1000th of an inch. Coordinate measuring machines, or CMMs as some might know, that can measure a part down to 2/10,000ths of an inch. Pinnacle CT scanning, as you might have seen in the factory floor, that can penetrate the toughest of metals to get a glimpse inside detailed parts geometries to validate quality, and a full metallurgical lab to go with that. All of these things can inspect materials to ensure highest of qualities every step of the way. One of the other things that I learned in motorsports to go with this is that protecting intellectual property, or IP, is essential. And there's nothing that hurts more than spending months, even years, working on a design and to see it copied by one of your competitors. Everything you've done is ruined overnight. The best designs with the best manufacturing processes are completely wasted if your competitors can copy them. That's why we're taking security at KAM very seriously. Inspired by the learnings of Taiwan Semiconductor, we're installing multiple systems, all to protect our IP. From internal background checks to internal servers, all and everything we can do is going to be done to protect IP in this building. We're also going to emulate the motorsports culture of secrecy with strict guidelines to our employees to never discuss who we do business with unless they request us to, and always protect our customers' IP as if it were our own. That's critical for us. And I'd like to tell you more, but I can't. That's kind of part of the secret. This last summer, I had the opportunity to travel through Europe and to see some of the very advanced hybrid manufacturing factories there. One of the things that became clear on the trip was not only is the fourth industrial revolution going to change the products we know, love, and use, but also the workforce employed to make them. Much like in past revolutions, it is the people that live on the cutting edge of technology and process development that will steer this revolution. With that in mind, we've already hired some of the brightest talent in the world for our workforce. The leadership team, operators, engineers, and support staff that will make KAM work have remarkable credentials and are highly skilled, highly trained, and in many cases, highly educated. Fueled by our commitment to our workforce, KAM is investing deeply in its employees through an industry-leading healthcare plan, comprehensive job training, and in-house classrooms, with so much more to come. It's also one of the reasons that KAM is impeccably maintained to the highest degree. It not only serves the quality requirements of advanced manufacturing, but it's symbolic of our belief that manufacturing in the factory of the future can succeed monetarily while simultaneously creating an orderly, modern, and clean environment that respects its current employees and continues to attract top new talent. I strongly believe that employees should feel a sense of pride from their family and community to be a part in manufacturing, and that's not always the case in factories in America. With the factory of the future, however, we hope to play a crucial role in changing the perceptions of the industrial workplace for the better. So those are KAM's goals internally. When it comes to KAM's goals and where we see ourselves in the world of advanced manufacturing, our goals are no less ambitious, especially because the opportunities we've got in front of us are so numerous and wide-ranging. Because the truth is that many of the largest companies in the world are not only failing to innovate and take advantage of the fourth industrial revolution's capabilities, they're at the risk of eventually becoming obsolete. And there's a reason for this. There are a lot of them. Most companies are tied down with huge legacy costs and all kinds of different manufacturing methods that in some ways are quite frankly out of date with the fourth industrial revolution. And American companies looking for outside sources to manufacture hybrid additive and subtractive metal parts in serial production are sadly out of luck today because production for those types of technologies does not exist. That is until now. That's where KAM's going to fit in, helping companies from start to finish through their hybrid manufacturing journey. To that end, we've coined the phrase engineering disruptive solutions, because our investments include not just a strong list of machine assets, but an even larger investment in engineering tools and personnel. the unique design capabilities of additive manufacturing, along with a plethora of new advanced metal alloys, are truly game-changing to us. And it will affect everyone from medicine to aerospace, from defense to automotive. The applications for enhancements are really limitless. And so are the benefits, which include everything from higher quality, which I love, to the reduction of complicated assembly processes, more efficient supply chain management, speed to factory production, and so much more. Whatever future innovations our clients can imagine, we'll have the tools to realize them right here in this facility. And that includes in several technologies, from tool and die, where KAM won't make the end products, but will make the advanced tooling that makes them cheaper, that gives them higher quality, and with less harmful waste to the environment. That's where KAM will fit in tool and die. And aerospace will fit in where the advanced engineering and design features that KAM will produce can help lead us to Mars. And at the very least, across more efficiently this planet here in terms of cost and air pollution. In defense, KAM will play a part in advanced solutions that will offer speed and quality that might make the difference between life and death on the battlefield. In automotive, KAM intends to try to help convert an entire industry to advanced powertrain units that can operate in the most difficult of environments. And any environment that requires incredible capabilities in lightweighting, thermal, fluid passageways, strength, conductivity, and more, KAM will be there. And we'll meet these while also maintaining our desire for increasing mobility and decreasing the harmful footprint our vehicles have. Because the fourth industrial revolution is underway, and everyone here at KAM is really excited to help lead the way. The possibilities in our mind are endless, and we are limited only by our imaginations and our willingness to act. Today marks my commitment and our commitment to act with the launch of quality. And there's so much more to come. Thank you, guys.